This podcast is for educational purposes only. It's not investment advice, not a recommendation to buy or sell any specific security. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Consult your own financial professional before making any investment decisions. Mike Milligan is a certified financial planning professional and the founder of One Oak Financial. Welcome to the One of a Kind Financial Show Daily. I'm Mike Milligan, certified financial planner. It's Monday, July 6th, 2026, and my heart is still pounding. If you watched England versus Mexico last night at Estadio Azteca, you know exactly what I'm talking about. 3-2. The Three Lions advanced. And I don't think my resting heart rate came back down until sometime around 4 a.m. We are halfway through the year. The traders are back at their desk after the long weekend. And on the World Cup pitch, 4 teams are already through to the round of 8. With 2 matches today and 2 matches tomorrow to fill out the bracket, here we are. Educate, coach, plan, never miss a moment. Let's go.
Be one of a kind with Mike's plan.
America turned 250 years old on Saturday, and Washington, D.C. treated it like the occasion deserved. If you were on the National Mall or if you were watching on the Monument Cam, you saw something Guinness Book of World Records worthy. Roughly 850,000 fireworks fired over the reflecting pool. Organized were clocking 354 shells per second at peak. 40 straight minutes of sky-popping fireworks. That's not a typo. That's the largest choreographed fireworks display in American history by a wide margin. If you caught the One of a Kind Financial Show Daily on Friday, you know that John Adams had this in mind. I don't know if he had this spectacular in mind. But here's what I hope. I hope you were with the people you love. I hope you looked up. I hope somebody in your life said, I'll never forget this. That's what a one-of-a-kind moment feels like. You can't buy it back. You can only be there for it. I personally had that over the weekend with my daughters, my mom, and my stepfather on the phone together. And it was magical. Now let's get back to the bracket.
Be one of a kind with Mike's plan.
4 teams have already advanced into the round of 8 of the World Cup, courtesy of results on Saturday and Sunday. On Saturday, Morocco 3, Canada 0. The Atlas Lions were sharper, faster, and more clinical. Canada's historic run ends here. Morocco becomes the first team into the quarterfinals. Saturday evening, 5 p.m. start time in Philadelphia. France 1, Paraguay 0. Kylian Mbappe with a winner. France did enough. They did not dominate, but they advanced to face Morocco on June 9th at Foxborough at Gillette Stadium. Guys, that's going to be a heavyweight match. Sunday in East Rutherford, and here's the shock of the tournament. Norway 2, Brazil 1. Erling Haaland scores 2 goals. Brazil pushed for the equalizer. Norway held Norway into the quarterfinals of the World Cup for the first time since 1998. If you have not seen the YouTube videos, the Instagram shots of Norway rowing, the call of the horn, the beat of the drum into the next round, it is worth a Google. Norway Row World Cup. Then Sunday, Sunday evening at Estadio Azteca, England 3, Mexico 2. This is my blood pressure segment, guys. Harry Kane opened the scoring. Mexico goes up 3. England goes up 3-1. Mexico gets the 3-2 on a PK. And then over the last 11 minutes of extra time, Mexico continues to push the intensity before finally the final whistle. 3-2 full time. England advances to Miami to face Norway. The 3 Lions are into the round of 8. Now to today and tomorrow. On July 6th, this afternoon, 3 p.m. from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, the home that Jerry Jones built. Portugal versus Spain, the Iberian Derby, Cristiano Ronaldo versus Pedro and Lumen Yamal. The winner most likely into the winner advances into the round of 8. And then 8 p.m. Eastern, Lumen Field in Seattle, United States versus Belgium. Belgium is aging but dangerous. This one is a home crowd game and the biggest U.S. match in generation. And if you've ever seen a Seattle Seahawks game, you know the electricity of that stadium and the noise that comes through. Go USA. And then on Tuesday, the last two round of 16 matches lock in the quarterfinal spots. Educate yourself in the black bracket, plan your night, never miss a moment.
Be one of a kind with Mike's plan.
Wall Street reopens at 9:30 with the ringing of the bell at Wall Street. And that was a long holiday weekend. Everyone comes back a little tanned, slightly heavier for the ribs and hot dogs, and looking at a full week of data. Here's the educational watch list for Monday. S&P Global Services PMI, the forecast is 51.3. The prior was 50.7. Anything above 50 is expansion. ISM Services PMI, the prior reading was 54.5. Services is roughly 80% of the U.S. economy. Watch the employment subindex. Prior was 47.8. That's below 50, meaning service employees were shedding jobs. Combine that with Thursday's cooler June payrolls print of 57,000. You have a jobs picture that is quietly softening. And then right after the opening of the bell, Federal Reserve Governor Christopher Waller speaks. Waller is one of the most closely followed voices of the FOMC. Anything he says today about the labor market, inflation, or the balance sheet will move futures and the actual market. That's a fact, not a prediction. And in the background all day, the market is positioning for Wednesday afternoon. That's when the FOMC releases the minutes from the June 16th and 17th meeting. That's Chairman Kevin Warsh's first meeting minutes. Traders want to know how united the committee is on the median dot plot showing 125 basis point hike by year end. Educational context, not a call. And then Q2 earnings season begins later this week. PepsiCo Thursday, Delta Airlines Friday, the big banks a week from today. Here's the educational read from the first half of 2026, and I'm going to break my own rule about market values because, Mike, you asked for the halfway checkpoint, and here we go. All three major indexes hit a record highs in the first half. The Russell 2000 small cap posted its best first 6 months since 1991. Semiconductors and AI infrastructure drove leadership, but broadened out by June. 9 of the 11 S&P 500 sectors closed the first half in the green. Industrials, energy, and materials all outperformed. This was an earnings-driven rally, not a multiple expansion rally. That distinction matters for how we plan, but we do not chase returns. We build a one-of-a-kind financial plan. A cooler jobs report, an FOMC minutes release, a services PMI, those are inputs. Your written financial plan is the output. There's a huge difference between what the market's doing, the data, and what you should be focused on.
Be one of a kind with Mike's plan.
This weekend on the YouTube channel, we launch a special report called Reckless Abandonment, the impact of AI on the markets, the environment, jobs, and your money. Here's why now. In the first 6 months of 2026, roughly 34% of the S&P 500's total return came from just 3 companies tied to AI build-out. Data center CapEx projections for 2027 are running north of $1 trillion. Utility bills in Virginia, Ohio, and Texas are climbing because of new hyperscaler demand on the grid, and the Bureau of Labor Statistics is telling us services employment is cooling, some of it AI-related. We're not going to tell you AI is good. We're not going to tell you AI is bad. We're going to teach it. 4 parts. First part, the markets. What is real earnings and what is narrative? Part 2, the environment, water, power, cooling, and the grid strain, and what we're hearing about where the next generation of data centers will be housed. Part 3, the jobs. Which roles are compressing, which are expanding, which are being built. Part 4, your money. What a one-of-a-kind financial plan considers when the ground under the economy is shifting this fast. Educate, Coach, Plan. First episode drops Saturday. Subscribe to the YouTube channel 1.oak Radio. Turn on notifications and come with questions. I read every comment.
Be one of a kind with Mike's plan.
The halfway point of 2026, that is worth pausing on. I am halfway to 50 years old, 12 weeks out from the birthday. If you missed my 100 Days to 50 series that began in June, the theme was simple. Every day counts, every conversation counts, every dinner, every hug, every workout, every fireworks show, every last-minute Billington goal. Estoy aprendiendo. I am learning that the plan is not the destination. The plan is what frees you up to be present for the moments. Educate, coach, plan. I never want to miss a moment. This has been the One of a Kind Financial Show Daily. I'm Mike Milligan, certified financial planner, founder of One Oak Financial. The show is educational only, not investment advice, not a recommendation to buy or sell any specific security. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Please consult your own financial professional before making any financial decisions. I am an investment advisory representative of Advisory Alpha LLC. Ideas by Mike, doing business as One Oak Financial, and Mike Milligan LLC, doing business as One Oak Collective, are unaffiliated entities of Advisory Alpha LLC. 2 matches today, 2 tomorrow, and Reckless Abandonment lands Saturday on YouTube. See you tomorrow.